Hold my wine, bitches! The $10 straddle is on, and in an early position, I look down at King-Jack, 8-7, suited in clubs to my king. Looking back at this hand now, from early position with a straddle on, this is a hand that should really find its way into the muck. There are significant gaps between the cards, and it's going to be difficult to continue with this hand if there is significant action pre-flop. There's one caller behind us. Both blinds call, the straddler checks his option, and we're taking this flop 5-handed. The flop comes down 9-5 deuce rainbow. I flopped a gutshot straight draw and some backdoor possibilities, and I make the call when the straddler leads for 25. The small blind a big blind call, and now we're going 4 ways to a turn which follows the 5 of clubs, giving me a backdoor second nut flush draw, but also pairing the board. It's checked around.
I looked up Luxac in the dictionary. There was a picture of you little bitch.
The river falls the deuce of clubs, double pairing the board, but also completing my flush draw, and it's checked around.
Flush.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Once again, we have the $10 straddle on. This time, we're in the big blind holding Jack 10, 8, 6, double suited in spades and clubs. There's a raise to 25. I make the call, and we go 3 ways to a flop.
Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay, bitches.
The flop falls pretty solid for our hand, Jack 8-5 with 2 spades, giving me top 2 pair and the flush draw. I immediately lead out for a pot-sized wager of 80, and I take it down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. 3 players have limped in, and on the button I look down at the beautiful Ace-Ace 10-7 with nut clubs. I opt to just call because I have some active players behind me. The small blind calls, and sure enough, big blind can't help himself and raises to 25. 3 players call the $25 raise, and you know what? Fuck these guys. The price of poker is about to go up. I announce pot raising to $155. The small blind folds, the original raiser calls as expected, and now 2 of the limpers suddenly have $155 hands too, as they both call as well.
No respect at all.
We're going 4 ways to a flop, which falls 8-5 deuce with 2 diamonds. One of the limpers shoves all in for 85. I make the call, everyone else folds, and we agree to run it twice. The first board comes the 9 of diamonds and the jack of clubs, then the 3 of diamonds and the 4 of clubs. My opponent fortunately does not have the flush draw, turning over 8-7, 7-6 with 3 clubs, having made a straight on both boards, but fortunately I have a higher straight on one, and we're going to chop this one up. It's an 8-handed double board bomb pot, and in the cutoff I'm dealt 7-6-5 deuce, double suited in spades and clubs. The boards come Queen Jack 9 all clubs, and 7-4 deuce with 2 spades. I flopped a weak flush up top, then top and bottom pair, an open-ended straight draw, and a weak flush draw on the bottom. It checks around until one player announces pot, making it 120. Action is on me, and this is a precarious situation for me. If I can get this hand heads up against one opponent, I may have an opportunity to scoop, or at least avoid being scooped. If I don't get it heads up, neither of my hands or draws are strong enough on their own to beat multiple opponents. I opt to min click it to 240 in an attempt to isolate the initial better. It folds to the original better, who shoves all in for 390, and I make the call. The turns are the king of clubs and the jack of diamonds. The river's the 10 of clubs and the 10 of diamonds. My opponent reveals ace-queen 4-4, having flopped a set, plus a flush draw on the board that I had 2 pair and flush and straight draws. I was practically free-rolling him in this spot, as up top I was a 96% favorite to win, and on the board he was strongest, I still had around 28% equity, so roughly 1 in 3 times I'll actually scoop my opponent for stacks here, while he is going to have a lot of difficulty doing the same. There's 2 callers and then a raise to 25. In the cutoff, I look down at ace-king 10 deuce with nut spades, and I make the call. The button calls, the small blind folds, the big blind and both limpers call, and we're taking this flop 6 ways. Alright, just you and the winners.
Somebody's winning.
Somebody. So she's about to make one of us happy and 5 of us miserable.
I don't think it's going to be you because you're talking shit.
Probably. The flop falls Jack 9-3 with 2 spades, giving me the nut flush draw and a gut shot nut straight draw, plus backdoor wheel draw. It checks to me, and given no one is showing interest, I opt to check it back and take my free card while having position on the field. I'd likely be sick if I bet and I got check raised big and stuck in a position where I'm calling off on a draw that I'm blocking somewhat. The turn falls the King of Hearts. We check it over to the button who pounces on the weakness and bets the pot of 150. Well, I'm not folding my pair plus flush and gut shot draws. I could even have the best hand with just top right now. The river falls the Deuce of Hearts, giving me a disguised 2 pair. I check, planning to call a bet since I blocked the nut straight, and I figure this guy was most likely trying to steal on the turn. Given his wager after everyone checked both streets, looks like he doesn't want to call. 2 pair. Kings and deuces. Wrong flush. We got him. The right flush came out. You were in trouble if the other flush came out. All right, I have confirmed, guys, that she is an excellent dealer. There can be no disputing it. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. The $10 straddle is on, and there's 4 callers. In the big blind, I look down at Queen 10-9-9, suited in hearts to my queen. I make the call as well. Now the straddle can't help himself and makes it 65. There's 3 callers, and now another player shoves all in. While I like my hand, it's not strong enough for this action. I get out of the way. The straddler rips it in. There'll just be 60 on the side.
Yeah, 60 on the side.
Just 60 on the side is fine.
60 on the side.
It's 15, 15, 15. Is it? Wait, no. Is it? No, it's 45. 45 on the side, right? Because he doesn't have the.
Right.
There's 4 of you. 45 on the side. 45. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Nice try, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Why you gotta confuse me?
I'm trying to be helpful.
No, you wasn't helpful. You know what one of my friends would say? A little less help would be helpful.
Yes. All right. Let's see if we would have smashed this flop if they got out the winner. Here we go. Big money. Big pot. 2 all-ins. 2 callers with more money. Son of a bitch! Oh, sorry. Was that a tell? No. All right.
You got a seat change button. Andy, you gonna get a second?
Hold on. Yes, I'm not good. It's not all in. Yes, of course.
All right. So we got a big bet from one of the remaining players with money.
I don't have a seat change button.
Just show me that yellow.
I've got one of them. I'll sell it to you. How much is it worth to you? $60, $80? What do you want?
Yeah.
Okay. So the seat change button's already out.
Yeah, and I got
I'll keep the third one. The yellow one is the third one.
Looks like you're going to be having my seat.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Attention players, I'm opening up a 1-3 no limit. High card name, please come to the front so I can get you a seat.
Oh, son of a bitch. I won this one.
Eric, Seagal, Jason,
Heck. Queen 10-9-9. Queen 10, I couldn't call.
Can we put him in 2-2? This is too much for him.
This is too much.
Especially people. Too much. He's got 8.
Anywhere but
He's
here.
side, sir.
Oh, by
And then
Anywhere but here.
I don't know.
You don't know.
fold. And fold.
You don't know, bro. What do you have?
Queen 10-9-9.
Sorry.
5 players limp in. On the button, I look down at the super pretty and coordinated King Jack 10. Suited in clubs to my king, I make the call. Unfortunately, neither the small blind or big blind fall for my tricksy ways, and so we take this flop 8-handed, which comes down Jack 8 deuce rainbow. There's a bet of 30, I call, and we're heads up to the turn, which falls the Queen of Spades.
Me and you? I know that's the card you were looking for.
Got him! We both check. The river is the 8 of diamonds, giving me kings up.
40. Did I put another 5? Are you gonna call?
I don't know yet. Let me think. My opponent bets 40, and I go into the tank trying to figure out what he has in this spot. Nice one.
Come on!
Show it for the vlog.
Come on!
Let's get shows the deuce. That's good for the
There
game.
you go,
There we go. All right. Good lay down, me. Good lay down, me. I sussed it out. Plan better.
Yeah, I have
Oh, my escort. Yeah. I gotta get out of town. In middle position, I make the call after a couple of limpers, holding Jack 10-8-7 with 3 clubs. A player behind raises to 30. The button calls. The blinds fold. One of the limpers call, and now the other raises. One limper calls, and the other limper raises. Oh no! Hopefully, you save me $25. Let's see. Let's see if Todd did me a favor, if he's costing me money.
This chair's broken.
Alright, so it's been raised to 155. There's one caller.
Yeah, it was a.
Is that the new chair?
No, the blue one. They took it.
Oh.
Put it in the back room.
You like the blue one?
Yeah, a lot of the dealers said really good things about it. Yeah. So it was really comfy. They didn't even need their cushions and stuff with it, they said.
That's true. They do say that.
All right, the button calls. No respect, Todd. Unbelievable. Good luck.
All right, let's play big pot. It's fun to play big pot.
Yeah, that's true. They get FOMO. They get the fear of missing out. Shit, if I knew that was going to be the result, I might have stuck around.
Let's go, baby.
All right, let's see if I saved money or if I lost money.
That's one of you. That's not the ability.
There we go. Son of a bitch! All right, let's check around. We're going to a turn.
Wide open, baby.
4 clicks. All right, now the button that's 200. All right, the original razor makes a call. I'm going to a room.
Look at things.
There's a 5 of hearts.
Nice fold, you little bitch.
Shows the aces. You got the winner out. Had the mighty 7-8. I would have made this straight. Good bet.
Aces up, aces and fours.
There's been a raise to $15, and in the hijack, I looked at an ace king, queen 7. Suited in hearts to my king. I make the call, the button and big blind call, and we're taking this flop 4 ways.
Hold my wine, bitches!
The flop falls king queen 7 rainbow, giving me the mirror as I've hit all 3 pair. It checks to me, I potted for 65, and we get it through. Hey guys, it's Anthony. Thank you for tuning in. This session, I wound up winning $510. I did get pushed off a hand where I could have won a lot more. I think it's still the right fold, given the potential for someone to re-raise behind me there, where I've got the Jack 10, 8, 7 with 3 clubs. And, the hand where I had the kings, I think it was king, king, jack 10, where I just limped in and unfortunately couldn't get someone else to get squirrely behind me. And, I ran into the guy who had the set of deuces there. I think, most of the time in that spot on the river where the board pairs and now I have kings up, I really think that is a call most of the time. He only bet 40 into a $100 pot, so I'm getting more than a 3-to-1 on the call there. And I think most of the time I'm actually going to be good. But I don't know. I got to talking with the guy and, he was jabbering back and forth. And he just felt really strong. He felt really comfortable there. And I wound up making the fold and finding out he had, filled up on the river there. So in the moment, it was the right fold. I think in the long run, most of the time, that spot is going to be a call. But anyway, you probably noticed if you've been following my channel that the layout changed. Hopefully it's more visibly, informative and laid out better and nicer to look at for everyone. I had a viewer of the vlog, 580 Steve, who mentioned he wanted to see the position I was in at the table, small blind, under the gun, etc., displayed on screen. I wound up kind of revamping the entire thing, and so hopefully you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm sorry things were a little bit later than usual this week in getting the vlog out. I was sick all last week, and obviously redesigning the layout was another effort to not only create a new format, but reposition all of the shortcuts I had in my editing software that would position and resize the cards and all the graphics and everything. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below if you liked it. This is pre-Thanksgiving, so for those of you celebrating, enjoy your day tomorrow, and we'll be back next week. We'll catch you later.
Like and subscribe, bitches.